Okay, so what were our three numbers again? Our three fractions?
7 20s, 5 20s, and 8 20s.
And we're going to add and subtract them. So we're going to go ahead and add them first. So what's on the bottom?
20.
And on the top?
20. No.
You're going to take time to add them? What's 7 plus 5? We did it in the first one, remember?
13.
12.
12, right. So these two equal 12 plus 8?
20.
20. So what does that make?
A whole number.
Yes, that's good. That's correct. Now, before we get away from the whole fractions and adding and subtracting for this activity, we need to actually go ahead and do some subtraction problems. So this time we'll go the other way around. Maddie, can you give me a subtraction problem with the three fractions we had originally? Yeah, just pick two of them, please, and we'll go ahead and subtract the two.
8 20s and 5 20s.
Minus 5 20s. So what will go on the bottom? 20? And what will go on the top?
3.
3. And again, how did you get that?
By keeping the denominator the same and subtracting 8 minus 5.
Yes, that's correct. So, let's go ahead and do one more. I will let Sophia go ahead and give me a number. What two numbers would you like to try?
7 20s and 8 20s.
7 20 and 8 20. This one's going to be a little tricky. It's going to be fine. So what will go on the top? I mean on the bottom, sorry.
20.
And what do you think will go on the top? It's a little tricky. It's a little different. Because we're doing 7 minus 8. What do you think? Would it be... You can help each other. It's fine.
Wouldn't it be -1?
It's a good guess. So how did you get -1?
Because you can't subtract a smaller number from 8.
So that kind of goes to the number line, right?
Yeah.
And you have, let's say this is 8. Well, let's say it says 7 right here. You go back. So you start at 7, and we choose colors, and you go back 8 numbers. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got -1, right? So it kind of works with the number line. How you guys are learning. So going back to this, we will get a -1, which is fine. We do have negative fractions because we're just working with adding and subtracting the different kind. And in just one moment, we're going to... Okay, so we were asking a great question. And if we were saying if it was the same if we had -1 over 20 and -1 over 20, just written this way. So it actually is the same thing. It's just its numerator has it right beside it, and this fraction just has it aside it, just the whole thing. Either one works fine. I think just preferably we'll see this one more, this type of form more. So now we're going to, now that we're done with this activity, we're going to move on with a different activity. We're going to do an activity with candy. Remember how we were talking about if we were going to buy it to like a birthday party or something like that, if we had enough treats to take to the party?
Yeah.
So I have different kinds of candies, and no, you cannot eat them. And I just have different time, and I'm going to do is I'm going to set them out, and you're going to first going to do the same thing as you did with the pictures. You're going to go ahead and count them, and then you're going to make fractions out of it. So So what I suggest doing is write the different kind of candies. So first we have Snickers. Let's see how that's written. Okay, and don't forget the bubble gum. You can just put, yeah, bubble or bubble gum, whichever. And then we have the Airheads. And then we have, yep, the fruit snacks. Very last one we have. Okay, so I'm going to put them into groups, and what I want you to do is each of you go ahead and count how many there are in total. Don't share your answers, just to see, actually I do want you to work in pairs, because I prefer you work in pairs. So at first don't share your answers, just so you can each see if you got the same thing, but you are working in pairs. Just don't share your answer when you first do it. So let me see if I counted this right. We have 4 of the fruit snack, yes?
Yes.
We have 5 of the Snicker bars.
6.
Sorry, 6 of the chocolate bars. We have 4 bubble gum.
Yes.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the Airheads. Great. And so what I want you to do is to add those up in total. You can either add them up on your worksheet, or you can count them all in total, whichever you prefer, or do them both so you can check your answer. But whatever works best for you, go ahead and add them up and tell me how much you have in total. So 19 total. Yay. So what I want you to do is to work in pairs. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes to go ahead and make 2 fractions that involve addition and 2 fractions that involve subtraction. Go ahead and do that for me. Your time starts now. And I'll let you know when you have like 2 minutes left and 1 minute left and when your time is up. So go ahead and do that.
4, 6.
You can talk, you're fine. Just remember, your name's Sophia and your name's Maddie. Go ahead and work, you're fine.
4, 6.
And remember, you have your total on the bottom. I'll give you that.
Maybe 6/4.
Remember, your total is 19. You have to keep that on the bottom. Yeah, like we did it with the pictures.
Oh, okay.
6 19ths.
Yes, there we go. You're getting it. I'll give you that.
4
Making sure
19s.
you're all working it right.
Addition is subtracted.
2 and 2,
Maybe we
please.
should subtract those.
Okay. And 5 19ths.
Yeah. Plus, since we already used the subtraction, 4 19. Yeah, we got 2 for each one.
Okay.
Okay, and you need to make 2 more for me, please. And that is one more addition and one more subtraction because I think you have one of each. You have about a minute or so left.
So 5/19.
Maybe 4/4.
Remember, you're keeping the 19 on the bottom. You can do different kind. You can use the same number. You can do 5 over 19 minus 4 over 19.
What about 4/19 plus 4/19?
You can even do that too. That's great. So you can use the same numbers. I never said you couldn't.
Minus 6 4/19.
And 5/19?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And you'll please solve those for me and I'll check your work as soon as you're done. You need your partner's help? Okay. So I'll go ahead and look at her paper and you make sure that you got yours correct. So we have 6 over 19 minus 4 over 19 equals 2 over 19. That's correct. So we have 5 over 19 plus 4 over 19 equals 9 over 19. That's correct. And the third one we have 4 over 19 plus 4 over 19 is 8 over 19. That's correct. And 6 over 19 minus 5 over 19 is 1 over 19. That's correct. They're all correct. The ladies did a wonderful job. Now, before class ends, we're going to just discuss our final assignment. And you will do this for homework. And so your homework assignment will be that you will explain what you learned about fractions, about like the different components that we discussed, you know, numerator, denominator, and what happens when you add and subtract them. Remember our little sign that we were talking about? I have it right over here with me. That when we add or subtract, we put the same on the bottom. And then we also talked about what happens when you add 2 or 3 numbers that equal to the same on the top and the bottom, like 20 over 20 is 1 as a whole. So I want you to just write what you learned in about half a page to a page, whatever you feel explains everything. And then aside from that, aside from your little reflection, you're going to each get a poster board. And your job will be to put your own images on there. You can either draw them or print them out from the computer and paste them. And you're going to make both an addition and subtraction equation that involves fractions of your choice. So I'm going to give you all, again, the same thing of making 2 addition problems and 2 subtraction problems. So you can have, like we had over here on the other page, that we have more than 2 fractions to work with. You can have 2, 3 fractions, whatever you feel more comfortable with. Just remember, we're keeping the denominator and the bottom the same, and adding or subtracting the top. So that will be your assignment, and you will have it due not tomorrow, because today's Monday. You will have it due on Wednesday, okay? So do you have any questions, anything you want to discuss before we end the class, before we have to go to our next class?
No.
No?
No.
Any questions? Okay. So we'll leave off with one more thing. So what was our little formula that we came up with?
Add or subtract, and the denominator stays the same.
Yes, if the denominator is the same on the bottom. So that is all that I have for y'all today. And thank you for watching. Say bye.
Bye.